Hello viewers, thanks for choosing Property Focus, your window into the world of architecture, building construction and real estate. Now, leather is an intrinsic part of the human culture. From our ancestors' time, we have clothed and warmed ourselves with this material for centuries. Today, we explore the ingrained fascination with leather and how it is becoming part of the contemporary designs that are enriching our domestic spaces, such as this. Leather is one of the few materials that we are hardwired to appreciate, says one of the interior designers on the show today, as we look at a passion project of his that has used this deep, dark brown material, and we're going to see that in a moment. But how do you take care of your leather once you have it? We've got a leather expert with years of experience in the tannery business to tell us more. But last but not least, we show you how leather can be used to create upholstery and other materials to exude a rich warmth. I cannot wait. Welcome to Property Focus Show, your most trusted show. I'm your host, Peter Ngigi. Hello once again. It's about to be the start of a new week as we turn a year older, and we'd like to look at a few things that grow better with age. In light of this, one of our viewers asked Property Focus, I would like to purchase brown leather couches, but would still like to stand out and not have an ordinary living room. Please advise. Kind regards, Brian. Well, Brian, we searched far and wide to get you this insightful, beautiful project. So let's have a look and chat with interior designer Keith. And welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you very much, Peter. You're most welcome to the Man Cave.
Thank you, thank you. It looks really good.
Thank you so much. Hope I'll be able to touch each and every entity that we did in this space. And most welcome.
Wonderful. Delighted to be here. Brilliant. Tell us about yourself. I know you, but our viewers need to know you a bit more.
I'm Keith Walumbe, a village boy from Kimilili, Lutonyi village. Yes, and I'm an interior designer. I've done a degree in interior design from Maseno University, a master's in project management, and I've been practicing interior design for the past 10 years and above, I think. Yes.
Wonderful. So tell us about this project. We're looking at leather. What did the client want for this particular project?
The client was looking at achieving a man cave, a sanctuary, a space he could come and relax over a weekend, maybe after very tedious events during the week and all that.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about the design process. We have a viewer who's asking, how do you engage an interior designer? Yes.
The design process is a very critical entity in the design process. Each and every company has its own ways of tackling the design stages. But I will take you through our design process as Keith Interiors. The first stage being a site visit. We normally do a site visit where we visit the client, we visit the site to understand what the client wants to achieve. Secondly, we also take measurements. We conceptualize the space. When you are dealing with the design, you also need to internalize the space for you to be able to output exactly what you want. And that is the first stage, and it's very critical. The second stage, after collecting all this data from the client and you know exactly what they want, they've also shared with you images. Most of the times these days, clients also go online and collect a few images here and there to guide them on what they want to achieve. So we pick all that, and then we go down to our office. We have a team of designers. We sit down and start brainstorming and coming up with different ideas. We also collect our own ideas from online, from magazines, from different spaces, from our previous event projects. Once we've done that, we come up with something called a mood board. A mood board is a guideline whereby it touches, it's actually a presentation touching on the materials you're going to use. That is maybe the materials on the walls, materials on the floors, materials on the ceilings, the kind of lighting, maybe the lighting in the ceilings, lightings on the walls, freestanding lights, lights on the table lamps, things like that, wall hangings, rugs, and even the throws that you want to use for purposely for you to achieve the predetermined theme. Then after all that has been done, you go back to the client to do a presentation. A presentation, it's just an overview to get to understand if what you are proposing and what the client wants are in sync. After you presented the mood board to the client might either do two things, either approve, add or subtract a few things. And from that particular point, when you go back, you go to the next level. The next level is whereby now you transfer all the ideas into computer-aided drawings. And this is a process whereby now you come up with 3D drawings. And sometimes we go to even to an extent of doing fly-throughs. And fly-throughs, those are now, they are movies in clips form. And after that, once that is done, we now either call the client to come to the office for presentation, or we go back to the client to present the same. And these 3Ds will capture each and every entity that we had presented in the mood board, showing the type of wall hangings, the type of colors, the walls finishes, the throws, the rugs, the couches, each and every entity, be it the kitchen and all that. Once that has been done and the client has approved that, we move to the next level. The next level is now doing the working drawings. These are now the drawings that will enable us as the contractors, interior design contractors, to execute the project together with our subcontractors. Now the subcontractors would be people like the electricians, people like the plumbers, people like the aircon people, kitchen suppliers and all that. So you call them on board, you give them the objective of the project, you take them through. They will, once they understand what you want to achieve, you come up with a schedule of works. That is a guideline of when this person will come on site and when he's supposed to leave. That now gives you a timeline. Together with that, you now take it to the client. You make a budget, you take it to the client, you tell the client this is the project and this is the cost and this is the timeline. Once it's approved, they will start paying and now commission the project.
Give us your parting shot.
The parting shot today, I will address my clients. In most cases, where the world has gone, we are using our marketing systems are online. So a client will definitely see you've posted such a space online. Instead of them calling you to talk to you about their project, they will go straight and ask you, Keith, how much is that project? How much is that? And in real sense, you'll realize that their space is not even equivalent to that space. Either the space is small or the space is big. So it can never be the same amount. And in most cases, in design, also your bargaining power is very key. So kindly stop asking for how much is that kitchen, how much is that space. Sit with us, we will guide you through this process.
There you have it on Interior Design Spaces. Brian, I hope that answers your question. Now we're going to take a short commercial break, but when we're back, we're going to look at a leather tannery and find out what leather actually is made of. Stay tuned. And welcome back from the break. Now we're going to go to another project and have a chat with a leather upholstery designer to find out what you could make with this natural element. Let's head out and see what he has in store for us. Wonderful. We're here with the proprietor of Gonzala Leather, and he's going to tell us about this natural material. Welcome to Property Focus, Gabriel.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about yourself and what you do.
My name is Gabriel, and I work at Gonzala Leathers.
Yes.
At Gonzala Leathers, we do accessories with leather, and just recently we ventured into interior section where we are doing things like sofas, chairs, and just generally the interior section stuff.
What does this word upholstery mean? It's a hard word. It's like gourmet. What is it?
Upholstery is just basically a process, I may call it a process, of covering your chair. Yes, and the material used in upholstery is, we use springs, we use foam, we use any fabric that you have.
Okay.
Yeah, so for our case, we use genuine leather.
Genuine leather.
Yes.
What's the best type of leather for upholstery?
The best type for upholstery is top grain.
Mm-hmm.
You may decide to choose just a normal natural top grain, or you may decide to use corrugated, but as long as it's top grain, it's okay. Top grain is the topmost part of a skin of an animal. Yes.
And that's the best part.
That's the best part because it's durable and yeah, it's strong. Yes.
So what items are you curating with this top grain leather?
Yeah, we're doing furniture, we're
Yes.
doing bags, we are doing wallets, we're doing shoes.
Okay.
But you do shoes, but we don't do shoes. Yes. So top grain leather is just good for anything, for any leather product, in short. Yeah. But for us, we use it for bags, we use it for chairs, we use it for sometimes dining tables. There's a way we take up small piece just for decorative purposes on tables as well. Yeah.
What do you advise your clients who are watching you today using leather vis-a-vis other materials?
My advice to my client is that they go for genuine leather. That's my first advice when they come to me, that they should choose genuine leather because number one, genuine leather is durable. Compared to other materials, you'll buy almost 10 times when you still own your first piece in leather. So that's the reason, the first thing I tell them, that go for genuine leather. If they're wavy, now that's when we'll go. The other thing, apart from leather, is comes after. I've given them an option of leather.
What misconception is there with this natural material?
What I would want to say is there's leather and no leather.
Okay.
There's this misconception that people have that, you know, my chair is 50% leather. There's no 50% leather. There's no percentage in leather. It's either leather or not leather. Yes.
Give us your parting shot.
Yeah, my parting shot, I would want to tell people that they should not shy away from going for leather because number one, leather will give you durability and hence you'll save a lot. Second, leather is natural, you see, and therefore it will give you the elegance, it will give you, you look
like a boss.
Exactly, that's the word I was looking for. You know, if you walk in my house and sophisticated, if you walk in my house and then I have a piece like this, definitely you don't need to ask me anything. Absolutely. You can immediately tell the kind of a person I am, person of class, taste. Yeah.
Brilliant,
exactly.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Gabriel.
You're most welcome.
So know this, if you want to look sophisticated or play the part of the boss, make sure you get this natural material which will go well in your interior decorating spaces. Well, thank you very much, Gabriel.
I really appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Thank you for having us.
Billboard is up next and Materials Profile following right on after. Stay tuned.
Have you ever thought of owning a home at the Kenyan coast? What if we told you you could? Pazuri at Vipingo is a master-planned holiday and residential estate strategically located in Vipingo off the Mombasa-Malindi Highway. The estate consists of 372 affordable and luxurious units with a choice of 2, 3 and 4-bedroom villas, and residents enjoy easy access to the amenities of the adjacent world-class Vipingo Ridge. Pazuri at Vipingo is ideal for holidaymakers, investors, diplomats and homeowners.
Now we've seen a project, we've learnt about upholstery, but is there anything else to know about leather? Let's find out from leather expert Robert Njoka. And welcome to the show, Robert.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your coming.
Okay. Yes. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
My name is Robert Joka, Managing Director of Reader Leather Center, where we deal in production of leather from low heights to products. Yes.
What is the process of making leather before it's presented to the client?
For leather productions, the process is quite long because when you get the low hides from the butchers or from the traders, it has got many processes, e.g. when you get the hides, you start the process by doing the liming. After liming is the process of plumping the leather and removing of the air from the hides. From liming, you do a process called deliming. Deliming is a process where you remove the lime and the sodium that you had used during the liming. After deliming, you move to a process we call beating. Beating is cleaning of that hide out of the dirt that was maybe remained during the liming. And before you do the beating, we do the process of freshing that material. Why we do the process of freshing is when you buy the hides from the butchers, some of the meat is left on the surface. And since you will not be in need of that meat, so it is important to remove the unnecessary flesh. And after that, that's where you bring the hide for beating. After beating, we do a process called degreasing. Degreasing is further cleaning of the material to make sure that by the time you go to pickling, pickling is conditioning of hides by process of using sulfuric acid and formic acid to make sure the material is ready for tanning.
Does it mean degreasing it's dry?
No, it's still in wet form.
Okay.
It's still in wet form. When you do the pickling, that is conditioning of the fibers of the hides to be ready to conceive the chrome, which is the tanning agent. Okay. You can do the tanning in two categories. You can do the tanning using the chrome, which is chromium, or using vegetable tanning, which is an extract from water tree barks, which is also an agent for tanning. After tanning, now you leave the hides for consumers. That means by that stage, now you can have that material exported, or also you can further now the so-called the crusting of the material or returnage. The returnage now is another stage of preparing the leather for usage, because at the wet brew stage, that material cannot be used. But now when you talk about the returnage, that is preparing the hides for utility. And during the returnage, you have got a lot of process that you take. When you talk about the returnage, you have to take the material, you have to do the summing, you have to do the splitting, you have to do now the returnage itself. That means during the splitting, shaving, and summing, we'll be making sure that you get the substance of the leather that, depending on consumer's thickness, depending on consumer design, that's where now you determine what kind of leather you want to put in the market. That's where you get the leather for the footwear, you get the leather for the sofa set, car seat, jacket, and the rest.
Given the downturn in the economy right now, how are you responding to this pandemic?
No, we are not exception in the challenge. Actually, it has been very, very tough for us.
Yes.
As I had mentioned there before, almost 90% of our product was mainly for international market. And a big portion was going to China, India, Sri Lanka, and Italy. So when many of the factories closed overseas, so we are heavily affected. But good enough, we do appreciate our Kenya government because before the end of the year, they had introduced Buy Kenya, Build Kenya, whereby the government had banned the import of disciplined forces footwear. So even if we are not exporting, we are busy producing for the local market. And it was only good enough that we had moved on the value chain. if it was only as a stage of wet brew, would have closed it down. So what I'm saying is, it is always good to think about local consumption, because even if you have got any challenge, still there is more market left. Yes.
And that's why we're here, to buy Kenya, build Kenya.
I totally agree, because that's what has made us to survive when many other industries were closing down.
Wonderful. Before we close, any misconception that people have on leather?
There is no pure leather or non-pure leather. It is either genuine leather and nothing else. The other one would be synthetic. Yes.
Yes.
So if somebody want to get genuine leather, the most important thing is to go to the manufacturers, not to buy any leather on the street. Because definitely you not know the split, you not know the collected grain, you not know synthetic.
Wonderful, Robert.
And they all look like leather.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Can we take that for your parting shot?
So what I would say is I would encourage people to buy Kenya, build Kenya, to support our industry and also create job opportunities, which you need so much. One thing I would like to tell you, leather industry is one of the virgin industry actually in the market, where the is labor intensive. Because even if we're having equipment, much of the work require human touch. So which would be, actually, you can't believe it. We have thousands and thousands of machines. By the end of the day, we require a lot of labor input. I mean, one-to-one input. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate for taking time to come and understand what is leather and how leather is produced.
And there you've had it from a leather expert himself. There's nothing like any other leather, just genuine leather. And thank you for choosing Property Focus. And remember, if you want to reach out to us or have any topics discussed by experts, reach out to us on Property Focus on Facebook and Property_Focus_ on Instagram. And we'll be more than happy to have these experts come and discuss these topics over here on your most trusted property show. I've been your host, Peter Ngigi.